Alright, so you were looking for some different ways to approach this, potentially. So, I'll get rid of that. I'm just gonna show you how I approached it. Like, I don't think you're supposed to score every shot here, but, I just kind of get off the wall, try and hit the ball, and follow it. Like, you can get that. Let's see if I can actually score the dang thing. Certainly not the most fundamental, but, jumping off the wall, hitting it wherever, and then trying to follow it up is kind of how I would approach it, taking different things. You can try it without. Well, man, without air roll is kind of tough, but like I usually use air roll just to get back to where the ball's at, either way. So that's how I approach the first shot. I don't know what kind of car you use. I use Fennec, but the principles should be the same. So you hit the ball, try and follow it. So I know you said you can already score the first two, so I'll just get past these real quick. Let's see if I can score it. I'm a little late. Still a little late. Maybe if now I'm 2 under the ball. This is tricky. Like I'm gonna start using this in my own. So you can see, like, I don't know. I'm champ 3, I can barely score these. The fact that you're practicing this in plat terrifies me. Just, if you're trying to rank up, don't forget to focus on the fundamentals like ground shots and stuff too, because that's all you really need. But since you asked about this, I don't even know if I can score this. I'm still a little late, actually. Okay, that time I didn't even pay attention. Yeah, this is tricky for sure. I think I scored 1 off the bounce, but alright, this will be the last try. Alright, so to approach like these, just kind of jump off, get a touch. You can try and get a soft touch by hitting it against the back of your car, and then following it. You can kind of get a flip reset with your first touch kind of thing. This kind of angle, unless you're a pro, is going to be pretty tricky to score. So I think it's better to practice getting 1 soft touch and trying to follow it. Or even just practicing, if I was in this position in a game, I might try and just hit it off the corner like that. Although that could be a hospital ball. But maybe off the ceiling, get creative with it. Maybe off, oh, that was a miss, but, probably soft touch. Is that in? Oh, okay. Well, that's one way to approach it, I guess. This one, it's kind of tricky because you have to get up so you don't get caught with the, what is it, centrifugal force of the thing. But yeah, you can get to this, same thing, just kind of follow it. I think this one drops pretty quick, but that's a way to approach to get to the ball at least. And then if you're just trying to score it, is that high? Almost in. So that's one way to approach it. I tend to like to air roll, probably a little too much in the sky, in the air, to try and get my car positioned right, but I just find it helps me navigate to get closer to the ball. Honestly, earlier when I was going through this, I was kind of using this as a double touch practice, but I don't know if I've got it in me right now. Let's see, get a touch. Yeah, so that's one way to approach this one. Granted, no one in plat should be, if they're scoring double taps consistently, they're just smurfs, but just a way to approach it, The fundamental is you jump off the wall. I'm kind of pulling back on my stick and then air rolling to face. I use air roll left, I think. I pull back to face the ball while using air roll. And then once I'm facing the ball, then you're just boosting, feathering boost to get to the ball. So it's just about practicing mechanics. Alright, this one I think I just jumped off the wall and flipped most of the time to get to this. This is a fast read in game. I'd probably do that in own goal, but this is definitely hard. Ah, shoot. And the reason why I'm talking right now is because, as you can see, I'm not very consistent at this, so I'm just trying to talk through a little bit of the mindset. I guess I got to get higher on this one. jump. It's a tough read, man. Very tough read. Alright. Satisfied with that. This one, like, you're not going to score this in game, you know? This is more about just like giving yourself options from this position. Like, one is to hit it off the corner, try and follow it. One is to like soft control, and that's just comes down to feel a little bit. You can like hit it against there, although I prefer to stay behind the ball. You can kind of like flip different ways. That was terrible. Ay. See, I'm getting worse the more I go. So that's kind of how I approach this one. And if you really want to get like the score ticker, you know, you can just cheese it. This one is like, you can practice aerialing off to hit it. You know, same thing. You just pull back on the stick once you jump off to angle your car towards the ball, and then either front flip. Probably front flipping is the best. Let me see what happens if I try it. It's pretty tough to like angle it in time and get a side flip, but you can. You know, this is probably your best off like practicing getting the bounce off the wall. Like, you'll see a lot of like pros do this in RLCS. They let it bounce off the wall and then they side flip. Just because the ball side flip takes you further off the wall. So then, you know, you have a little more room for error. And then you can kind of direct it over there to a teammate. You can also practice trying to catch this, taking it around the bowl, getting a touch out. You can try and like, that was bad. You can try and catch it, take it off the ceiling. I'm not great at those kinds of plays, so maybe this would be a good one for me to practice. It's a lit low, but you can like practice getting a touch, jump off, and try and get another touch. That's how I would approach this one. Or you can just try and bang it into the net, but you can try and get like the God pinch, you know, like I can't do it, but if you time it right, you can get it to like fling. So that's kind of how I approach that one. This one is another kind of awkward read. Just take the angle they give you, pull off, pull back on the stick, air roll towards the ball, flip. Maybe you go for like a skimmer. Way above my pay grade on that one, but you know, try and follow the ball, try and recover. Because like, I'm sorry, unless you're Zen, you're not scoring this, or Daniel or something. Like, I don't know, like, you don't need to be able to score these unless you're like shooting for RLCS, but you know, you can try and follow. Alright, this one, same thing, just jump off. The main mechanic is jump, pull back a little bit to get my car facing up, air roll so my car is facing the ball, and then make a decision from there, like if I need to readjust to hit it. That's kind of how I'm approaching it. Not sure what else. I guess you could approach it this way, like if you have a teammate down there to pass it to. That's the kind of hit that I do that gets me scored on every time. So you have options, you know. This is kind of like just experimenting with different ways to get to the ball. Maybe practice hitting it to yourself. Like, okay, you got one touch there, follow it up. This will be applicable to games, you know. This one, that's how I would approach it in a game, in a real game. But if you want to be quick, you know, go for the double touch kind of thing there. Can't believe I scored that first drive, but, you know, at Plat, like, if you can even just do this, like, you'll score a lot. You'll be ranking up quick if you can just catch it and follow it in general, because you'll have people flying up and whiffing at that ball so much. So yeah, you have a lot of options. This one, this is like straight out of like RLCS, like a bang off the wall. You're posted up here. You'll see this is a classic RLCS passing position. This is a surprisingly tricky one, but the fundamental is the same. Getting up the wall, pulling back on the stick while air rolling, and trying to get to the ball while boosting. Depending on your control scheme, it can be pretty hard. I'm basically holding boost for all of this, but the odds of you getting a pass like this in Plat are very small. I hate to tell you. But if it does happen, you're going to get a banger of a shot. Alright. So this one is an interesting shot. At first I thought this was like similar to the other one where you're trying to hit it over there, but since this is the goal, this is how I would approach this. It's pretty tricky. Maybe a side flip. Okay, yeah, I think a left side flip if I can get over it. Or like that, maybe. Let's try. There we go. Can I replicate that? Probably not. You're basically trying to get, like, the main mechanical principle is still the same. I'm just trying to get to the outside of the ball a little more because I'm trying to keep it closer. So like approaching it with an idea of hitting the outside of the ball. Dang. That's why I'm adding this to my training packs. Alright, yeah. So from the outside of the ball. One more try and then I'll move on. That was terrible. Alright, this one. Double tap you can default to. You have two options here. You can try and jump off early and then like use your flip to recover, because unless you're Zen or Daniel, reading this is very difficult. Even when you know exactly where it's going, getting your car to that position is not easy. Ooh, thought it was more on that. Because flips can be used to like stall where you're at in the air. You know, like if you're like boosting up, the flip will keep you at that height. So there we go. But honestly, in game, maybe it slowed me, but I would probably wait until it gets here. Because trying to make this kind of read, I just don't feel comfortable with it yet. So same thing, you know, jump off, pull back a little bit, air roll towards the ball. If you start feeling more comfortable, you can try and do it like without air roll. That's very difficult, but and this is like a Devo shot from back in the day. You just have to be patient, let it drop, jump off, and side flip. Hey, I got it the first try, but beginner's luck, I guess. Let's see. There we go. So I guess I need to get a bit higher so I can actually approach it. The timing on this is tough. Some of it is just a feel thing, though. That was bad. You can also use this one to practice, like, you know, getting the tough read over there, but... Oh. I'm getting worse the more I practice it. Maybe I'm a bit too high. A couple more tries. Alright. So yeah, it takes time. No, 15. So this one, try and show it without air roll is always tough for me. I prefer to just get looking towards the ball. But there I did it too much. This ball is moving at light speed. Alright, there we go. And, you know, try and follow it up. Like, this will really help with your mechanics. Let's see. There we go. Not the touch I wanted, but once again, you can try and control if you, like in general, in the air, if you hit it with the backside, if you can hit it with the backside of your car at the right angle, but that's really tough to do. Like, probably best off just practicing getting to the ball and hitting it. I'm not gonna lie though, this is a really tough pack. Like, I think most people would struggle with this. So anyways, I'll go to free play real quick just because I wanna. So like for me, the best way to approach it, I don't know why this keeps popping up, is just to jump off wall, hold back so my car's like that, and then air roll until I'm facing generally towards the ball. That's how I approach most of my stuff off the wall, you know, hold back, get to the ball. If you're having like trouble getting to the read, that might help. So yeah, anyways, hope this helped. I know you probably got more than you bargained for here, but good luck.